Welcome, everyone, to the 75th episode of Winning English, the video and newsletter that help your English shine through the use of idioms, slang, and cultural references. Today, idioms and vocabulary for times when you are succeeding and when you are struggling to succeed. Before I get into today's episode, I want to remind you to please hit that subscribe button below. That way you won't miss a single episode. Thanks. We all love it when we are doing very well, succeeding at tasks, and accomplishing goals. So it's not too surprising that there are many sayings for that in English. Here are a few. When someone wants to compliment you for doing very well at something, he or she might say that you are going above and beyond. To go above and beyond means that you are doing far better than you were expected to, or doing far more than you were expected to. You can use this phrase at work, for example, to say an employee went above and beyond their expected duties. You can also use this to thank a friend for helping you. You might say, "Wow, you went above and beyond when you brought groceries to me when I was sick." I've also written about a similar phrase before, which is to go the extra mile. There's a link to my episode featuring that saying in the newsletter. Now, perhaps you are doing something that requires you to perform in front of other people. It could be a business presentation or even a sport. If you are doing really well that day, a friend might tell you, "Wow, you are really crushing it." You might be thinking that crushing it would be bad. It's true that normally when something is crushed, it is squashed down and destroyed. That's bad. But used this way, it's good. It's as if you are crushing all of the bad things that could ruin your performance, letting you do better and better. I've also written before about a similar phrase, nailed it. And there's a link to that episode in the newsletter too. Again, it's used in much the same way. Now, suppose you are doing very well, and this is important. You are with friends or with people you are comfortable with. There is an impolite, crude way for them to compliment you. Your friends might tell you that you are kicking ass. Let me repeat, this is impolite speech. Do not use this in formal settings. Like crushing it, you might think kicking ass is bad, but here it's good. However, be careful with the wording of this phrase. You don't want to have your ass kicked, and you don't want someone to kick your ass. Those are both bad. They mean you are being defeated and not succeeding. You most certainly want to be the person kicking ass. We can't be crushing it or kicking ass all the time. Sometimes things are not so easy for us. Often we have to choose among only bad options. English has phrases for those times too. Let's start with a funny-sounding one, to be caught in a pickle. A pickle is a kind of food made out of a small cucumber. How does one end up inside a vegetable? Well, my understanding is that in the past, a pickle used to be a sauce made up of a mix of vegetables. So I can see how someone could be in a bowl of that sauce. Anyway, the meaning today has evolved so that to be in a pickle means that you are in a situation where you have no good choices. You have to pick the least worst option. Believe it or not, this is a common saying. Recently, the news service CNN had this headline, "Caught in a pickle. Millions of Americans might not have had an adequate response to the COVID-19 vaccine." Another saying with a similar meaning is caught between a rock and a hard place. This saying also means that you only have bad options to choose from. This is probably easy to understand. A rock is hard and uncomfortable, and so is a hard place. If you're between them, you have no good choices. A final similar example is damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned is a verb that has many meanings today, but it originally came from religion. If you were damned, you were sent to hell or some other bad place for doing bad things. Now, regarding the saying, damned if you do, damned if you don't, you face a choice of whether to act in a certain situation or whether to do nothing at all. However, both acting and not acting lead to bad outcomes. You're metaphorically going to hell either way. People will often say this when they know they're in an impossible situation. Well, I guess I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Thanks for being part of Winning English. As I mentioned, this is the 75th episode. Make sure to check out the newsletter this time because in there I discuss some traditions and words related to anniversaries. Many anniversaries are associated with a particular material. For example, a 50th anniversary is called a golden anniversary and often involves gifts made of gold. Also, there are special and very unusual words derived from Latin for anniversaries. For example, a decennial anniversary is a 10th anniversary. For 75th, it's semi-sesquicentennial. So that makes this the semi-sesquicentennial post of Winning English. Head to winningenglish.substack.com for more. Please remember to like, comment, and share this episode. Follow Winning English on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. If you really like Winning English, please tell a friend about it. And if you really, really like Winning English, please consider donating through my Patreon page. This is free, of course, but I could really use your support. Any amount is welcome. There's a link below. Thanks again, and talk soon.